is Cindy Schumacher. On today's show, we'll be making pork tenderloins with sweet rub, penny with tomato vodka sauce, summer spinach salad, and a rhubarb cobbler. So we're going to start out with the cobbler so we can get that in the oven. I'm going to start out with 3/4 cup of oats, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of firmly packed light brown sugar. I am going to combine that. I'm just going to go ahead and use a pastry blender so that I can get it blended up real well. Okay, to that I'm going to add a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I have a 1/2 cup of butter melted. Right this time of the year, the rhubarb is so good, it's hard to resist making rhubarb desserts all the time. But be sure to freeze some if you do have rhubarb, so that you can use it later into the season when it gets a little bit stringier. Okay, so I'm going to take half of this and put it in the bottom of an 8x8 pan. Pat it down so you got a little bit of a base. So it looks like that. Then we're going to make the filling. We're going to start out with a cup of granulated sugar, and to that I'm going to mix in 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. You always want to add your cornstarch to your sugar so that you don't have the white lumps. Mix that in. And then I have a cup of water. Get that going. And this will thicken up quite quickly. Add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, I've cleaned and cut 4 cups of rhubarb, and so that's going to get tossed in as soon as this thickens. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and get started on the vodka sauce. I'm going to take about 3 tablespoons of olive oil, to that I'm going to add 3 cloves of garlic that I have pressed, and a pinch of red pepper flakes. And you want to get that garlic cooking so it's very fragrant. Helps if you turn on your burner. Whoops. Okay, we'll let that cook for a minute. This is already thickening up. Okay, it's nice and thick, so I'm going to toss in the 4 cups of rhubarb. And you don't need to cook the rhubarb at all. That will all cook as it bakes. I've got the oven preheated to 350. Pour that into the crust. I don't know if your rhubarb is like mine this year. The stalks are so thick, but they're still nice and tender, but they just seem to be such big stalks. Be interesting to know what causes that. Okay, then we're going to just crumble the rest of the topping over the top of this. That's all there is to it. It's quick and easy. We're going to throw it in the oven for an hour at 350.
Internet is here. Valley now has higher broadband speeds of up to 1 gigabit. Get the bandwidth you need for all your devices at one time. Gaming with no lag time. Video stream your favorite movies instantly in HD quality. Video chat with friends and family without interruption. Download your favorite music and photos in seconds. All on our 100% fiber optics network. Valley offers managed Wi-Fi and backup services too, bringing together all the services you need. Valley Telecommunications Cooperative.
To the olive oil with the garlic, we're going to add 2 cans of diced tomatoes. I have not tried this recipe with fresh tomatoes, but I don't see why, if you have fresh tomatoes, why they wouldn't work. I guess I would peel them so that you don't have the skin coming loose in the sauce. But anyway, so we want this to simmer and to blend all the flavors. To this, we're also going to add 8 ounces of tomato sauce. I'm going to add a half teaspoon of sugar. Okay, now we just want that to simmer for about a half an hour. I'm kind of one of those people that likes a creamy sauce or more of a buttery sauce with my pasta, but this is really, it's really a nice flavor, and it's not so heavy, it's not so fattening, so it's a nice alternative for a sauce, especially in the summertime. And they say to serve it with chicken or seafood, that's especially good, but I make it with this pork, and it's really a nice combination. So we'll just go ahead and let that simmer. I'm going to start the penne pasta. We're gonna cook a box of it. So as soon as my water gets going, we'll get that started. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up and then we'll be right back.
Valley is now offering updated digital TV packages and prices. Call Valley today at 437-2615.
Okay, I have a tablespoon of butter that I put in a pan, and I'm going to toss in a cup of sliced almonds that we're going to toast, and a teaspoon of sesame seed. And that's for the salad. And kind of give it a stir. And you want to watch that closely because you don't want it to burn. So you want to stir it every minute or so. Keep it going. In the meantime, I'm going to start working on the rub. So we're going to start out with a 1/4 cup of firmly packed dark brown sugar. We have a tablespoon of coarse sea salt. And we have a teaspoon of dry mustard. Two teaspoons of smoked paprika. This is actually smoked paprika. They say that the flavor makes a difference. If you don't have smoked paprika, I would just go ahead and use regular, but if by chance you're out buying for this rub, I guess I would make the effort of finding smoked paprika. So 2 teaspoons. Had to gather my thoughts there. Onion powder, 2 teaspoons. Two teaspoons of garlic powder. And 2 teaspoons of cracked black pepper. So I'm using my handy little grinder here. It's important that you mix this up real well, and then this will keep in your cupboard up to a month in an airtight container. So I'm gonna have to put one there. Okay. The other thing we need to do with our pork tenderloins is baste them with yellow mustard. Even if you don't like yellow mustard, what this does is that it will help the rub adhere to the meat. You won't taste the mustard at all. I don't know what happens to it, but it just basically evaporates into it. So you just kind of want to baste the... I forgot to add a 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, ground red pepper, 1/2 teaspoon. We're going to add that to it. And then let's measure our black pepper here. We want 2 teaspoons. Looks like I have about 1.5, so we're going to add a little more here. Right? Okay, I'm going to turn these over. I don't know what happened to my other tongs. This one's a little bit slippery for this. Yeah. It doesn't take a lot of mustard, just enough to just kind of give it a little bit of a coating. Looks like we've got a lot going on here. The sauce is getting nice and thick. Okay, while I'm doing the rub now, I just want to remind you that if you want a copy of any of these recipes, if you don't have internet, give the Girls of Valley a call. They'll be happy to help you with a copy. If you do have internet, you just go to the Valley homepage, www.valleytel.net, and look for the Country Cookin' Cow. You'll find all the recipes there. Those will be ready to go on the grill, and we're going to time it so everything's done at the same time. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. We're going to start working on the summer spinach salad. I have a bag of spinach that I have stemmed, and I have a pint of strawberries that I have stemmed and thinly sliced, so we're going to sprinkle that over the top. The almonds and the sesame seeds I'm cooling on the plate before I put them on the salad. This is another one of those salads, if you wanted to add a little more color, to sprinkle blueberries or something like that on there, you could. Actually, it would make a nice holiday salad too, but we're a little bit past that right now. But anyway, color is always a good thing. So we're going to stir together the salad dressing. I need 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Tablespoon of honey. I'm just going to kind of eye this. Teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Hands. We're going to add a half teaspoon of poppy seeds. 1/8 teaspoon of paprika. A 1/4 cup of sugar. Got a little humidity in the house with the pasta boiling. And then we have a 1/4 cup of olive oil. A little dressing mixer here. Okay, I'm going to stick that in the refrigerator while so it chills a little bit, and we'll finish the pasta sauce. But I want to remind you again, if you want a recipe of any of the things we're making today, and I hope you do because we've got some really good ones here. If you don't have internet, give the Girls of Valley a call. They'll be happy to help you. And if you do have internet, you go to the Valley homepage, www.valleytel.net, and you'll find the Country Cookin' Cow. Click on that, and you'll find all the recipes. I've cooked this down so it's very concentrated. I'm going to add a cup of heavy cream. A splash of vodka. It doesn't take a lot, just a splash. Like that. Cook that in a little bit. You know me, I'm all about color. This kind of gets to be kind of a salmony color, but then we're going to be tossing in some fresh basil. If you've never used fresh basil, it's really something that you'll enjoy having added to your sauces or something. Stop by a nursery, see if they still have a plant left that you can put on your porch or on your patio table or something, and pinch off a few leaves, toss them in a salad, toss them in a sauce. It gives you color and it gives you flavor. Very aromatic. The sauce is looking like this, kind of like tomato soup with milk. Okay, I'm going to let that cook for a few minutes. I'm going to take a quick break and check the grill. We'll be right back.
At Valley Telecommunications, we pride ourselves in providing the home team advantage. But what does that mean? It means going above and beyond to take care of our customers' needs by providing exceptional customer service, because helping you helps all of us. As a cooperative, each time you subscribe to our services, you are investing in our community, which allows all of us to build and benefit from the newest technologies. Make the switch today to Valley Telecommunications and experience the home team advantage.
I've finally grated another half cup of Parmesan cheese. We're going to stir that in. And then what I like to do is go ahead and have your grater, or have a little additional on the side. You can, if you're using the Parmesan cheese in the can, that's just fine. But what I like to do is just serve something like this on the side. They can sprinkle on a little more if they like to. So we'll start dishing here. We're going to just drizzle the salad dressing on the side rather than toss the whole thing. Normally you would want to let this set up a little bit so that it doesn't end up in a blob, although it's going to taste the same and it still looks delicious. But give it a little bit of ice cream on the top. There we go. We have our pork tenderloin with our sweet rub, our penny with tomato vodka sauce, our summer spinach salad, and our rhubarb cobbler. Thanks for joining us today on this edition of Country Cookin'. We hope to see you next time.